Hello, I'm Holden Smith, and today I'm with Richard to talk about studying away and their experiences in Neah Bay. Richard, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name is Richard Oeun. I'm a psychology major, third year student, he, him, his pronouns. And I went to Neah Bay, Washington last January,
Okay, so
2020 season.
right before the pandemic started. So okay, that's the time frame. So I guess to just jump kind of right into this, that one of the things about studying away for J-term is kind of how the class schedule is going to be structured in independent time versus class time. How is that set up in Neah Bay?
Yeah, independent time, class, coursework time. It was very straightforward. I think it
Mhm.
was straightforward. We had time in our cabins where we were at the Hobuck cabins, and we all had our own. Well, we didn't have our own cabins, but it was clear by the professor when we would be leaving, when we would be coming back. So when we would be leaving, it would be more coursework time. And we traveling is more of a kind of pre coursework time. Just that getting ourselves ready before we actually got to where we were going, which is where technically coursework happened.
hmm So it was fairly structured, but that it had a lot of independence inside of the structuring, I guess. Is that
Yeah, yeah. So for example, our we had arrived on a weekend, I believe,
hmm
if I remember correctly. No, no, we had arrived on a Thursday. And so we had that whole weekend to just relax, I guess. That was
Oh,
basically all independent time. And once
hmm
Monday came around was when we really got into volunteering and meeting with the locals and more of the coursework.
um, I could you say your major again?
Psychology.
Psychology. Sorry, I was thinking philosophy. I was like that I don't think that's right. How did your psychology major kind of impact your decision to do this program, or if it or benefited in any way?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the reason for me going into this program, well, first of all, it was an anthropology course,
hmm
anthropology 192, or you can take it for upper level. I think it's 491.
hmm
I'm not sure, but I know it's upper level anthropology course. So, with that being said, psychology, anthropology, both social science disciplines. So it wasn't too different, but my minor is what really motivated me to do this course specifically. I just completed my Native American and Indigenous Studies minor fall
Oh,
2020.
good job.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, that course played. So obviously the Native experience
hmm
fulfilled a requirement for that course, and I really enjoyed being with the Macaw. Was where we were at the Macaw Reservation.
hmm
They were very nice and welcoming. So I did enjoy being in that community rather than being at PLU taking a Native American Indigenous Studies course where you know you don't know who you're really talking to exactly.
That was kind of the consenting opinion of everybody is that the getting to actually work with the Macaw people hand on in person was something that was really impactful for their time in Neah Bay. So that's nice to hear that you had that same kind of impact. Would you say that was probably one of your favorite parts about the program, getting to actually interact with the Macaw people themselves?
Yeah, yeah, I think it was an experience that not many people are able to have with it, with whatever institution they're at. I don't having that connection with the Macaw was is definitely a big ups to PLU. I think having that established relationship and going on for years now. I think they've been doing it for a decade at least. I believe, at least.
I'm not aware of how long been doing the Neah Bay program, but I can always find out if people have that question. They can get a hold of me very easily. So who was the faculty leader on this program? I don't think I'm aware.
Yeah, it was Dr. Jordan Levy in the anthropology department.
hmm did, okay, Dr. Levy. I've never met them, so I have no idea who they might be. Um, so one of the things that I think a lot of people have said about this trip is that, like you've mentioned, getting to meet the Macaw people and learning from them was a surprising interaction. Like they were not expecting that. They were assuming more that this was going to be a in class thing. And so, what surprised you most about this trip? Was it getting to actually learn from the Macaw people, or was it something else?
Yeah, which I think I touched on it a little bit. The yes, in some aspects, the Macaw people, but how welcoming they were. It's we went from basically house to house, just inviting 12 random students, and we're students, right? We had that, which is again big ups to the relationship POU has created, but bringing 12 random people essentially into one house and then into another is just it's something that I kind of mind boggling. I wouldn't imagine just bringing 12 people into my house and then send them out to another relative's house essentially. So yeah, it's surprising there.
To see the like interconnectedness that we've built this beautiful relationship with the macaw people that we can have this interaction without the fear of anything horrible going on. It's kind of nice that PLU has this connection. I bet it helps with connecting to the people and learning more about them and from them too. Just being able to be in someone's home and kind of see how they live and operate in today's world. Um, to something that's a little more personal, and you don't have to answer this if you don't, but how much money did you budget for this program? Because I know that's a big concern for students traveling away is just not having enough money.
Yeah, yeah, I have no problem being transparent. Yeah, I think as far as personal expenses when I left, I'm a vegan, so I had to budget some amount because I wasn't going to be able to eat everything that all the students were getting. So I personally left with $300 total, and I actually spent the full $300, whether it be on groceries or souvenirs. But yeah,
Was so you had to put in. So I'm assuming. Okay, does PLU not offer a vegan option when they're when you go?
yeah, I mean, there's a grocery store out there, which is where I bought my groceries from. But I mean, Dr. Levy had his course budget as well, just in case we need it by any means. But I'm like home cooked meals by the Macaw. Those things weren't exclusively. They wouldn't. I mean, of course, they wouldn't really make a vegan meal. I mean, if it was vegan, it just happened to be vegan. But so yeah, that's what I had to watch out for.
Okay, that's understandable. I would assume you had enough time though to cook for yourself, and you had the ability to actually get the food. So that's nice. To kind of wrap it all up, is there any advice you would give a student considering to apply this program, or is there something you'd wished you'd known about this program before you went?
Yeah, I guess I'll just quickly get through both of those. So some advice I have for students. Well, I mean, I guess encompassing both of those questions would be, flexibility. I think being flexible to the schedule because we never know. I mean, yeah, you don't. It's not really set in stone. Even when we get out there, it's still highly tentative because we don't know. I mean, first we came when I went out there, it was snowing, so there's things that we couldn't do that the last cohort did. And another thing is, especially with me being a psychology major, I think it would have benefited to take at least an introductory anthropology course to get my mind wrapped around those research methods and qualitative studies or even that vocabulary, keywords. So yeah, that's what I'd say about that.
Understanding the lingo a little bit or the jargon a little bit more always helps. I think that's amazing advice. Just at being able to be flexible with anything. I think that's universal for studying away is just not knowing exactly what's going to happen and some things change. So I thank you for sharing that with us, Richard.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. The Wong Center appreciates it. I appreciate it. I love hearing study away stories. Have a
Thanks
good
for
one.
having